And I know a lot of people, not a lot, but I had a couple people ask me on how you would improv like soloing, and it's such a kind of out there topic that no one really pinpoints, or I haven't seen anybody really pinpoint it. It's like anything. There's a million different ways of doing it. There's a bunch of different ways of approaching it. You could rip through the modes. You could only stick with one of them. You don't even have to do the modes. You could stick with pentatonics. In this case, I'm going to stick to the blues scale, which is a minor pentatonic. 5 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 octave. But you add on the tritone. So if you're in the key of G, it's going to be 3, 6, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, 4, 3, 6, 3. And the way I do that, since that's the entire pattern, the whole scale, I want to move it around the neck in one hand position to see what notes would play in that position. Sounds weird, but it's going to make sense in a second. So if that's the scale, I have all this other real estate up here. The entire G string I haven't even touched yet. So I want to play that stuff too. So, because that continues the scale, right? Without a hand shift, because then you'd have to move up. Octave. It's the same thing, just repeating. So I'll go. So right there, in that position of G, in the blues scale, I already know those are all the notes I can mess around with. So if I'm going to improv, and then down here would be the octave too. I could slide. So I run through that like it's its own scale, because now my hand is comfortable with going that. Like, just keep going with it that way. So from there, now I'm going to see where's the next G, which would be up here on the D string on 5. So now I want to start on G. This is just the way I'm, again, a million ways of doing it, but now I want to see where can I play on these 4 notes. That's where it ends up going. If you ascend the scale, then you can't go anywhere else, and go backwards. So the two, that's going to be 5, 8, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 8, 5, 8, 5, 8, 6, and then back up. So between that and up here, you could just play that and loop it, and you'd be fucking improving. So oof. And just start fucking with it. So now we have 2 positions. There's a lot more we can go over. The next one, G is going to come up here, the lower octave from 12 on the G string, 10 on the A string. So for that, same thing, going down, and then I run out of real estate, so I keep going up. That note, same as here, so it could be. Now I gotta remember it. Right, we'll just stick to that and then we'll come up here in a second. So that's 10. Wow, all these numbers just really mess me up. 10, 8, 10, 9, 8, 9, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 7, 10. And if you wanted, you could even go down here. Because that's the other note for it. So now the three positions that we have. Now the next one, because we're going to come up here, we're going to have a hand. This is the first time we're having a hand shift. So it would be 10, 8, 10, 9, 8, 9, 10, 8, 10, 8, 10, 11, 12, 12, 11, 12, 10. Down. The one finger trick is a million times easier. Down to that one. So now that we have 4 positions, and we're still not done yet, but to go over the 4 in the key of G for a blues, just a blues scale. And then we're going to come up, this is going to look a lot like the first one, because we're going to have an actual blues scale in here. Right? But we're not touching the E string yet. So it's a regular blues scale that starts on 10 on the A string. And then come down to the E string, which is going to be 13, 10, 13, 10. So that's the next hand position, which is coming all the way up and down in that 4th fret region, give or take. So and now there's one more position that I like to use, and that comes up to G, starting there on the nice. Sup, Billy? Starts on 12 here. So we're starting on G. We're just going to go up one note, then we're going to go down. So this would look like. So 12, 12, 15, 12, 15, 12, 15, 13, 15, 13, 15, 13, 15, 12, 15, back to 12s. And that one sounds the most awkward, I guess. It reminds me of a lot of the Asian scales that you'll get into, whole step and step and a half. However, I was fucking with this a while ago, and I came up with this part to it, because you could just improv anything out of it. So this one is, if I remember it right, was... Nope. That's it. So that's how you could stay within one hand position, and the possibilities are endless. I think start going, and the more you play it, the more smooth it'll get. And you'll just come up with some shit, and then it's worth going through. Is that a mode thing? Or you're just staying? I'm just staying in the blues scale. And a blues scale is always minor. It's a minor pentatonic with the adding in this tritone. That's what makes it a blues scale. If you blah, I always stutter. If you go to the beginning, like once this is over, it's all laid out for you. It's every hand position of the blues scale in the key of G. Hand position meaning wherever there's a G, all the notes we could play. Starting here on G, starting on G on the octave, starting G here, ascending, same note going up, and then G again, and then the octave. So once you are comfortable moving that, and that's just in the key of G, so you can fuck around and move it up to A. If I start in 2, it's major blues. Cheat I learned years ago, but likely wrong. If you start in 2. So yeah, well, the only way it would be major, the only difference is the third here. So if you're on 3, a major blues scale. Yeah, you're right, actually. If you go down to the second one. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, if you start on the second scale degree. Exactly, but then you need to throw in the major third as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, octave. But if you throw I never put a tritone in that. Weird sounding, could be fun. Yeah, that could definitely be good. It's definitely usable, almost. Exactly. You could use that one, because that tritone is a major triad from the second scale degree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 octave. If you're going 1 tritone, and then the major sixth. And you could really mess with it that way. And that's the idea of improving. So improving, the way I love to do it is we work within parameters, and then we're free to do whatever we want, and we can bend the rules. But once you know what the structure is that you're fucking with, it's a lot easier. Like all you said was a major pentatonic, but make it blues. So we added in a tritone. And everything I was just kind of off the top of my head just messing with comes from that. So that's a great example, and thank you for that too, because that's a great way of showing how you could improv with something that's unfamiliar to you. Just off the cuff like that. And that's why it's also great to record yourself when you're doing that stuff, because you'll forget it. You'll think you'll remember it, and you'll forget it, and it's gone forever. The cool part about improving is you always come back to it. And anything worthwhile, like this one, once I did that, I was like, fuck, I immediately recorded it, because I knew I liked it, and I didn't want to forget about it. So that's what starts as improv becomes riffs, which become songs, which become fucking albums and themes and all that fun stuff too. So that's the one way of improving. I don't know still how to put that into a regular video that's like piecemeal, which I probably won't do. I might actually make a video that's a while. We're at 15 minutes now, something like that.